The 2019 FIM Sidecar World Championship gets underway 70 years on from the first ever season. The French round has been the season opener since 2016. Once again, the best outfits from around the globe congregate in Le Mans to kick off the campaign. The 2019 season opens with a familiar cast that shares a mammoth 14 world titles between them. The only champions in the modern 600cc era are Ben and Tom Birchall, who will start the new campaign as favourites after a late surge last season gave them the crown for the third time. But their focus will be on improved reliability after a series of mechanical failures almost cost them honours in 2018.
Yeah, definitely. I think at the start of last year we thought we were in a better place than what we actually were, and when we arrived at the first few GPs we weren't quick enough, that's for sure. So we did a bit of head scratching over the winter and put in a lot of hours, and hopefully we've made some steps forward. We've not just gone for reliability, we've also gone to try and make the bike a little bit quicker, and by the end of Saturday I'm sure we'll find out who's done what and whether we've done enough.
Two five-time world champions will provide the greatest threat to the Birchalls in their title defence. Finland's Pekka Päivärinta completed his quintet in 2016 alongside Kirsi Kainalainen, and in two subsequent seasons has been restricted to a pair of silver medals. We made the change over to Yamaha midway through this winter, and we're certainly no slower, but it's too early at the moment to know whether we've gained on our rivals. Every world title I've won has been against strong competitors, so even if they are faster, they'll need some good fortune as well to beat us. Meanwhile, luck completely deserted Reeves and Wilkes in the closing stages of 2018. 3 retirements in succession, dropping them from odds-on favourites to devastated bronze medalists.
The end of the season was a disaster after starting so well with a completely new bike and new chassis, and the 3 problems that went wrong in Croatia and Germany were just out of their control, unfortunately. They were 3 completely different problems, and we've rectified those. We've now a new bike and new engines, and we've managed to build into the design the problems that build out rather the problems we had. So the new bike we should not have that problem again with the new bike, and it was just unfortunate. It's just one of those things, really. So hopefully we can, try and, if things go well, we can try and push for the championship.
The biggest winter news was a World Championship comeback for Markus Schlosser, who will line up for the first time in the 600cc era, ending a 2-season break following his heart-wrenching 2016 title defeat. Of course, it was very disappointing in 2016 to miss out on the title. Every year we come to win, so it's hard when luck isn't on your side. But we expect this season to be really difficult. A new engine, a new passenger. If we can show our best, that will be enough for the team. To regain the podium, Schlosser, alongside new passenger Marcel Fries, will have to get back in front of a 10-outfit chasing pack, including 2015 world champion Benny Stroyer and 2018 standout rookie Lucas Wisson. It was a real shame last season that we didn't finish enough races, so this year our main target is to score points in every race. We've changed a lot on the bike, including a new engine, and based on our winter testing, we're certainly capable of challenging for the podium places. With a block of front-running outfits and 6 rounds in 6 different countries, the 2019 FIM Sidecar World Championship is set up to be as competitive as any in recent memory. Racing in Le Mans opens in much the same way as it did a year ago, with Ben and Tom Birchall on pole position alongside Reeves and Wilkes, a familiar rivalry sure to be renewed. Comeback man Markus Schlosser was the focus of attention in qualifying, and right from the start of his 600cc debut, he was back on the pace with new teammate Marcel Fries to secure a front row grid slot. Further back, Stroyer and De Haas find themselves out of position, having sat out Q2 due to a water leak. Sam and Adam Christie taking advantage to join Päivärinta and Vera Väinön on row 2. The front 2 rows of the grid feature 3 all-British outfits in the top 5, but the gap between the lead 2 in qualifying was perhaps the biggest surprise. Behind, there appears to be far more parity, Second to seventh, all separated by less than a second in terms of single lap pace. Ilse de Haas stands in for the injured Kevin Rousseau, but the team's Troya Kawasaki starts from the third row for the first time since Germany last year. 18 laps of this 4-kilometre Bugatti circuit in front of a sizable crowd here in Le Mans. Sidecar's 70th anniversary season is underway. Slow start for Whiston and Hoffer from P7. Stroyer and de Haas away really well from the third row. At the front, Ben and Tom Birchall holding on ahead of Reeves and Wilkes into the Dunlop curve for the first time. Stroyer and de Haas all the way up from 6th to 3rd. Schlosser and Fries, meanwhile, have lost 2 places. They're under attack from Whiston and Hoffer for 5th. Reeves and Wilkes looking menacing already, made the faster start, couldn't find a way through into turn 1. Can they find a way past into La Chapelle? Ducking down the inside, the 2 outfits touch, the Birchalls are into a spin, Reeves and Wilkes swing around the outside and onto the grass. A chaotic start here in Le Mans as Päivärinta and Veravainen come through to lead. Stroyer and de Haas trying to get back through on the number 44, Schlosser and Fries still struggling to retain 5th. Whiston and Hoffer all the way around the outside of Le Musée, bunching behind them. Ben and Tom Birchall already recovering. Sweep clear of Stroyer and de Haas for 2nd position. The Dutch duo holding ground on the inside line though. Force the number 16 wide. Reeves and Wilkes with an opportunity here. Smart cutback. 2 outfits now tucked into the toe behind Stroyer and de Haas, who look vulnerable. Ben and Tom Birchall at the back of that group. Reeves and Wilkes will go for the inside into turn 7, and they've made it. 2 turns, 2 moves. The number 77 is already back up to P2. A frenetic start to this race then. The lead quartet starting to break away now from a 4-outfit scrap behind them. But the next overtake could well be for 3rd. Stroyer and de Haas offline into turn 11. They have the inside for turn 12, but the Birchalls go the long way round for the inside into turn 13. And that is a brilliant move, recovering into the podium places. Plenty of overtaking on this opening lap, all generated by the crash early on. Here we see it again. The number 16 and number 77 coming together. Päivärinta and Veravainen, the only outfit unimpeded, sprinting clear. And the rest held at bay only briefly by Stroyer and de Haas. The 2 recovering outfits now bearing down on race leaders Päivärinta and Veravainen, but they might be about to scrap among themselves. Reeves and Wilkes went deep through the chicane. The Birchall Racing Yamaha's got a nice run. They'll carry it down the inside into La Chapelle, and through they come for 2nd place. Päivärinta and Veravainen will be delighted about this. The 2 pursuing outfits costing one another time. Reeves and Wilkes faster coming off turn 6. Nothing they can do with that for now. The Birchalls have gone defensive nonetheless, and that will cost them ground. Further back, Schlosser and Fries have got past Stroyer and de Haas coming into Le Musée, so the number 4 outfit that started 6th led for all of a metre and is now back down to 5th. This fight for 2nd is going nowhere. The rivalry between these 2 outfits undeniable, but they need to push forward now and close the gap to Päivärinta and Veravainen. The Finns leading this race by over a second. 4 seconds the gap between 3rd and 4th, but it'll be interesting to see whether Schlosser and Fries can work their way back into podium contention. Now they've been released by Stroyer and de Haas. 4 outfits still in this fight for 4th. L'Église and Clément have been dropped back in 8th with a separate tussle on their hands. But a real shame for Schlosser and Fries. A poor start with both the 44 Racing Yamaha and the Team Troya Kawasaki going through off the line. And in the time taken to get back past the number 4, they've been isolated from the lead struggle. Whiston and Hoffer trying to hurry up Stroyer and de Haas now as they come through to complete lap 3. Päivärinta and Veravainen leading. Ben and Tom Birchall 2nd, Reeves and Wilkes 3rd. Schlosser and Fries leading a 2nd group. Here's their move to claim 4th. Pretty straightforward in the end. Braver on the brakes into Le Musée. Stroyer and de Haas struggle for confidence. Back with the leaders then. Reeves and Wilkes running a bit wide there. Kick up a plume of dust, but you can see that both outfits have used the latter stages of that lap 3 to close down Päivärinta and Veravainen. Ben and Tom Birchall in particular kicking on, tighter off 7. They're going to have a look down the outside into turn 8. So much speed on corner entry. Päivärinta leaves plenty of racing room. Birchall runs narrow on the exit and is our race leader once again. Fine work from Ben and Tom Birchall from 4th to 1st. Can the Flying Finns answer back? Reeves and Wilkes will want to dispatch Päivärinta and Verovainen quickly as well to go after the new race leaders. They're not quite close enough into turn 9, but the number 16 is visibly stretching away already. An entertaining start to this race and still plenty of mileage left in it as well. 3 outfits in the mix, all former world champion teams, all winners in 2018. Tim Reeves, winner in 3 of the last 4 races here in Le Mans, now breathing down the neck of Pekka Päivärinta as they come through to complete lap 4, and with an opportunity to capitalise on a double toe as well, because these 3 are nose to tail. Watch for the number 77 at the back of this trio as they come down the start-finish straight. It's looking like a matter of time now. Will it be a move into the Dunlop chicane? Päivärinta and Verovainen have gone as far left as they possibly can around turn 2 to defend the inside, but Reeves and Wilkes have far too much speed and fire past to second. The Finns will have the cutback though, off turn 4, may be able to build up a move into La Chapelle, back alongside, and now with the inside as they come down the hill, Päivärinta and Verovainen aiming to hit straight back. Reeves and Wilkes leave room, but stick it out around the outside. The Finns still have the inside coming off turn 6, but the Brits get the power down and hold on. Another fine battle, this time for second, and it's Reeves and Wilkes who hold sway. Stroll and De Haas out of the race, their misery complete following a strong first lap and a tumble backwards through the field. A troubled weekend for the Dutch duo right from the start with problems in practice. But a non-scoring race looks likely here, and that's the worst possible fashion in which to open a World Championship season. The bike simply grinding to a halt, the 3rd retirement from a race, now down to 11 runners. Heading to a 3rd race distance here in Le Mans, and Reeves and Wilkes are starting to drop off the pace. 0.3 of a second lost in the first sector alone on lap 6. Päivärinta and Verovainen, who were never dropped very far behind, are now glued to their exhaust, while Benetton Birchall pull clear. Do the Finns have legs enough to pass though and recover second place? They're certainly fast enough around turn 11 and are beginning to probe. Reeves and Wilkes will have to be on their guard or find something extra to build a buffer. Päivärinta ducking to the inside into turn 13. Thought about a move, but may have shown his hand too early. He'll look for drive off Raccordement and down the start-finish straight, where Reeves and Wilkes built up their move on him 2 laps ago. Into the slipstream. The red and white LCR Yamaha chasing. The first 2 turns, a tough place to pull anything off. The focus on the Dunlop chicane. Reeves and Wilkes defending well. Päivärinta will have to set up something different. Goes wide into turn 3 to set the outfit up for the exit and to fire down the hill. And Päivärinta and Verovainen have a great run here. Under the arch with the inside line into turn 5. Reeves and Wilkes will have track position, but not for long, as Päivärinta gets his revenge and recovers second place. 3 wily campaigners producing brilliant entertainment in the battle for the podium places, and it's not over just yet. Back in the pack, Wison and Hoffa running 5th, as they have since Stroll and De Haas hit problems. But they lost 0.2 of a second last lap to Sam and Adam Christie. The reigning world number 5 outfit is now looming large, looking to the outside into turn 8. Wison and Hoffa defend and hold position. But the number 34 has gained another 0.3 of a second on this lap so far and are starting to apply pressure for 5th. Down the back straight they come. Now 8 seconds behind Schlosser and Fries, who are running an isolated 4th. Lucas Wison, who made his World Championship debut here, finished 6th alongside Hoffa in Le Mans last season, and may end up back in 6th if he isn't careful, midway through this opening race of 2019. Sam and Adam Christie are coming on strong. Brits qualified an impressive 5th, but only 0.1 of a second clear of the outfit that's now become their direct rival. No great surprise then that there's been little between them all race. 5th and 6th heading to the final 2 turns of lap 8, having run one behind the other all race so far. Wison and Hoffa versus Sam and Adam Christie. A flash of yellow with Schlosser and Fries pulling clear in the background, but we're watching the race for 5th. A position which may change hands here because Sam and Adam Christie are closing, ducking out of the slipstream now and down the inside into turn 1. Job done! Wison and Hoffa not close enough to immediately respond. They'll have to plan a new attack if they want to recover 5th position. Great racing here in Le Mans. Plenty going on right the way through the field. And actually, Wison and Hoffa might be able to have a go back at the Christies into La Chapelle. Not quite close enough down the inside, but enough to give their rivals pause for thought. Sam and Adam Christie almost 0.3 of a second faster last lap around, so no great surprise that they found their way through with such alacrity once they got onto the back of Wisson and Hoffer. But a good move and an opportunity now to set their own pace with clear air in front of them. New fastest lap of the race last time around from Päivärinta and Veravainen, who are looking lively at the front of the field. What a brilliant ride they're putting in, and now stalking Ben and Tom Birchall for the lead. Reeves and Wilkes are hemorrhaging time behind, almost 2 seconds lost last lap alone. So at the moment it's a two-horse race for victory, and it's the Finns who are on the march. The final sector, their strongest still to come. Ben and Tom Birchall will not be feeling comfortable here as they come down the back straight looking vulnerable. Päivärinta and Veravainen hooking it up through the chicane. Perfect entry. Could they steal a move into turn 11? An unorthodox place to pass, but wasting no time whatsoever. The reigning world number 2 outfit are race leaders once again. Will the 44 Racing Yamaha be able to keep its pace advantage though, or have they bolted too early on these tyres? 8 laps still remain here at the Bugatti circuit. Päivärinta and Veravainen now lead ahead of Ben and Tom Birchall, then Reeves and Wilkes still thirds. Dropping back dramatically since lap 9, Reeves and Wilkes must be nursing a problem. Schlosser and Fries lapping a 1:46.1 last time around. The third place outfit a 1:47.1. And having gained at a rate of a second a lap or more, surely the number 3 will smell blood now as they chase the finishing position that matches their riding number. Closing right up through the chicane. Best to strike immediately into La Chapelle. We ride on board with Schlosser and Fries, but they're not quite close enough. Reeves and Wilkes enjoy a moment's respite. Second and third on the grid, these two outfits now third and fourth on track, tussling over the final step on the podium. Schlosser and Fries seemingly faster off the turns. Reeves and Wilkes deeper heading in to maintain their advantage. They head through Le Musée with nothing to choose between them. Reeves and Wilkes will surely be counting down the laps until the finish now because they're looking vulnerable. I wonder whether that first lap collision has affected their outfit because they suffered a mystifying mid-race lack of pace and now may slip out of the top 3 altogether. A look over his shoulder betrays Tim Reeves' concern. Schlosser and Fries have the slipstream advantage and an opportunity down the back straight. They duck to the inside ahead of the chicane. But Reeves and Wilkes are braver on the brakes and hold on. So Schlosser and Fries seem to have great traction. They're pretty much there with Reeves at the speed trap as well. They can't quite get alongside for now at least. Nose to tail into the penultimate lap. 10 seconds clear of the battle for third. Päivärinta and Veravainen can't shake off Ben and Tom Birchall. The Finns cover the inside around 1 and 2. The number 16 goes the long way instead to claim the racing line and the lead ahead of the Dunlop chicane. The Finns will have the advantage on the exit. Not for the first time, they're targeting track position into La Chapelle. The Birchalls won't want to yield, particularly in the latter stages of this race, and they've covered that off very nicely indeed. But these two outfits have been swapping and changing regularly while battles continued around them, and we've seen no evidence so far that either can pull away. Päivärinta and Veravainen have already twice battled tooth and nail to establish themselves at the front, and they do so again to lead the lap that matters most. Side by side again, and Tom Birchall had to go deep into Le Musée to block the Finns, and are now committed to the inside into turn 8. The Birchalls are deep on the brakes, but Päivärinta saw that coming. A quick cut to the inside, masterfully performed, and it's Päivärinta and Veravainen again who lead. Now it's over to Ben and Tom Birchall. Your move! And the end of the back straight presents them with another opportunity. They're forced to go the long way round, relying on Päivärinta and Veravainen to give them space, and back through they go. The reigning world champions are in front. This squabble surely will go right to the flag. Päivärinta and Veravainen have been brilliant through this final sector all race, and through they go, surprising the Birchalls off turn 11, colliding with them on turn 12. The Birchalls already thinking about the start-finish straight. They tuck back in before raccordement. Hard over the curbs, the number 16 outfit. Päivärinta and Veravainen have a bit of breathing room with just over 4 kilometres to go here in Le Mans. No move likely into turn 1. The Birchalls aren't close enough, although they're eating up the ground ready to strike. Päivärinta and Veravainen are going to have eyes in the back of their heads here. They're safe for the moment, will be counting corner to corner now as they defend. Squirrely midway through the chicane. That won't help their cause. Ben and Tom Birchall with the run. Can they do anything with it? Into La Chapelle. Down the inside. Out of shape. They've gone straight up the back of the leaders. Somehow with a screech they've come to a halt before going off the circuit, but that surely ends the race for first. And I'd be amazed if there's no damage to the fairing as well. Visibly slower as they assess the machine this final lap. Now a journey into the unknown for the Birchalls. Their 10-second gap to Reeves and Wilkes will be under threat now. Raised hand for Tom Birchall, the telltale sign of an ailing machine. That LCR is a wounded animal now. And it won't be long before the two chasing outfits shoot back into contention. Schlosser and Fries still fighting Reeves and Wilkes, but they might be able to snag a podium place even without getting through on them, because Ben and Tom Birchall are tumbling back dramatically. There's Pekka Piver into the race leader. The full length of the straight now ahead of Ben and Tom Birchall. Reeves and Wilkes must simply pick their moment carefully to avoid allowing Schlosser and Fries past them. Second place changes hands into turn 9, and third will be inherited coming off turn 10. The Birchalls now down to fourth. Devastation for a team that had more than a sniff of victory coming into the final lap. But delight for Päivärinta and Verovainen, their first win since Hungary last year, and they will head to the Pannonia Ring this year as leaders. Reeves and Wilkes will take second, Schlosser and Fries behind, and Ben and Tom Birchall limping home for fourth. Just taking something from this race in the end has been an achievement. What a race it's been. A first lap crash, a last lap crash, all of the necessary excitement from a season opener that galvanises the whole paddock ahead of the coming rounds. Reeves and Wilkes will be relieved in the end with second. They looked vulnerable at one stage and could have ended up off the podium altogether. But the day belongs to Päivärinta and Verovainen. Wisson and Hoffer eventually recovered 5th place ahead of Sam and Adam Christie, one of several position changes in the closing laps. Ben and Tom Birchall dropping from 1st to 4th. Markus Schlosser taking a podium place from his comeback ride. The start wasn't ideal. We're still learning the 600s, but we came back and improved. We got better and better. As for the last few laps, battles on this type of machine are very different, but I think it'll be good for the next races.
Sich breit gemacht und das müssen wir lernen und dort müssen wir uns auch noch verbessern.
Yeah, the weekend we've had, the few issues we had, and unfortunately, for the first 6 or 7 laps, the bike, everything was great with the bike, and we had a slight technical issue, which meant we lost the toe and we dragged back. But yeah, we're over the moon to get second. It is at one point looking like we were going to limp home in 4th, but yeah, to end up with 20 points, I'm over the moon really, and great job by Martin. Bring on the next round.
We had a good fight with the Birchalls, but we had some mechanical problems of our own as well. Once we got into the action, we forgot all about that and drove full gas to the finish. We're pleased. The round 1 results represent the championship standings heading to Hungary in 2 months' time. 9 races still to come. Let's hope they're all as exciting as the first. Action throughout. Still difficult to ascertain the balance of power, with the lead contenders all suffering damage before the end of the race, but plenty of reasons for each of them to be satisfied with the first 18 laps of the campaign, particularly Päivärinta and Verovainen, who return to the top.